Hey guys, this is Ellie with your weekly forecast for the 27th of August for all the signs. If you want a reading with me, do use the link below. So on a world scale, I feel like there is going to be pressure on leaders this week. On the other side of that, there is going to be some regulations, some restrictions lifted, and there's going to be a bit of reform as well from political leaders. Also, this week I feel like that there is someone in a very tricky situation where there's a lot of pressure upon them to change or have influence over a decision that's been made that is being looked at again. In your study, finances and career, you have got the 10 of Wands. This is for Sagittarius, Aries or Leo. Now there is pressure on your shoulders to get this project to completion. Also with study, there is a lot of pressure on you to get this paper done, to get this exam right. Are you putting pressure on yourself? If it's with either of those, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. This is also about, I've got to get this done, this project, this portfolio, this study, whatever it is, you've got to get it done. But you don't have all the resources. You're not actually given the right amount of time. There's a lot of pressure on you. You don't have the resources. There's not enough time. And so you are, putting all your forces and priorities on this one thing to be able to get it there. For others, this is our bosses and yourself and or yourself, you have a perfection problem and you don't like to delegate. So you do everything on yourself. You micromanage. You cover everything yourself because you have an issue with if you've been burnt before where you're in a tricky tight schedule and you've let others given responsibility to others and they've just let you down. So you might be in the same position this week, but it's okay to delegate to others. You will be fine. Now this project is what you've got your mind on, and this could be for some of you this is I've got to do this project or this whatever it is that you're doing, to put myself out there to get the job, to get the contract, to get to show my worth. So you've got to work on something first to be able to get that. And so there's a lot of pressure on you this week to get it right. And you will redo it. You'll get it right because you're perfectionist. I just have to redo until you feel like you've done it right. Now at home, you do have the Moon card. So I want to go back to this one. For some of you, there's a lot of pressure on you from the banks or, I want to say banks. So there's a lot of pressure on you to bring the money into the home, bring money into the family if you're covering more people, or there's a lot of pressure on you to get it done for the banks. You've got to get this done, and there's a pressure here for that, but especially with the mortgage, the banks, the loan, whatever it is. There's a lot of pressure on you. It seems to all be on your shoulders. At home, we do have the Moon card. Major Arcana card, again, could be stemming from the eclipses that have just happened. That energy will go for up to 3 months. Now, first of all, I want to talk about our mother. There could be an issue with our mother where, we all need to come together as a unit to make decisions or to be there, or that she's got something to say. The other thing is that at home we have to now put all our priorities in one spot, and we all need to figure out, what is our place, what is our duty. Everybody has to be hands in. This is also about the right time for this decision. So if we are talking about banks, it's like we all, I'm on this pressure. We need to get this done. If we are going to buy a house, or if we are going to get a loan to be able to get that house, it needs to be done now. So it's like tick, 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 tick. We're running out of time. It's got to be done now. This is a major arcana card, so a major change in the family with the woman in our lives as well. If you, for some of you, it's our daughter, our mother, our sister, for the woman in our lives. For others, this is someone is stirring the pot within my family unit. This is water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But I feel like there's a Taurus around this as well, which might be the interfering force, or, it's one of the water signs and it's you and a Taurus that's battling. But there is a stirring of the pot here, a lot of arguments. Someone's bark is worse than their bite. But there is a decision here. There is a decision. Will we go this way or do we go that? And there's a bit, you know, it's a karmic way. For some of you, it's shifting. There has been an issue and I'm shifting out of the home. So there's been an argument. Now I've been thrown out. Or now I've thrown them out. Or now I have to move. You know, that's just how the situation's happened. In love, this is the idea of, has there been infidelity, or is the in-laws, the family, or the friends interfering in this relationship and it's causing trouble? So for those ones, there is an apology there. There is a, you know, an olive branch brought out. So back to home. This is a major moment. This is a crossroads moment. You know, for some of you, this is, okay, we've always been living at home. We've got a deposit now. Now we're moving into our own home. And the pressure is, oh, I need to get out of the family. I really, really want my own home. And your health, you got the 7 of Cups. Now this is emotionally feeling unstable about ovaries, lower back, kidneys, veins and buttocks. So this is, I'm emotionally all over the place with those areas, and I do have to make a decision. For some of you, it's I have to outlay money. I have to have the faith in this. This might have been something that you've, you know, been doing for a little while. You know, I have to bank on this. I have to put the money in there. I am going to have the faith, but again, I'm nervously, you know, my emotions are up in the air. For others, this is, I'm emotionally drained from this condition. So again, ovaries, lower back, kidneys, veins, and buttocks. Unknown information. So you're waiting to be enlightened about, you know, what the options are or what's going to happen next in that area. Now, and also you might have to commit to this. So it could be something that's long going, or that you have to commit to this process. So, you know, if it's more than one. In your love, you do have the Ace of Wands. So singles, you're going to meet someone that you're very physically, chemically attracted to. This is fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. And this is, you know, this is the Phallus card. This is, I am sexually attracted to you. This is divinely given. So don't forget, we had those karmic eclipses as well. So for singles, meet someone, you know, struck by lightning. Wow. For, you know, a small selected few of you, this is a really great, you know, one night stand or weekend. Now, in terms of relationships, you know, new, existing, this is about, you know, if there has been an argument, if there has been an issue here, there is going to be an apology. There is going to be an olive branch. Also, for those that have heard from someone for a while, so if there's been a break there, you will hear from them. Again, if we're going to go back to this family issue where there's the idea of infidelity, there's 3 people in this. One of them, one of you, you to them or them to you, there is going to be an apology there for that as well. Those that are in a committed relationship, this is an offer of next level, and it's time. It really is time for those people as well. And also, this is a sign of a birth at home. So whether this is an actual birth, so announcements of a pregnancy, or that this is, we're talking about children now, we're on our next level, or, you know, I'm going to take birth as in, you know, we might be buying our own house, we're putting all our funds towards this new adventure, and that's what we're going to do. So our Adoring Virtue messages from the angels is, Daniel is a marriage card, you know, any coupling, so this could be work or with finance. And he's giving you the courage, the strength through these negotiations. Oceana says, what are we fearing? Is it competition? Is it our health? Is it our emotions? Are we fearing ourselves and our confidence in ourselves? Does this, the shark here, what do we fear? If we're talking about pregnancy or solutions to pregnancy, for some of you, this is polycystic ovary, and, you know, I'm going to have another, you know, procedure for that, and you know, something to do with I'm fearing this. It is going to be fine. You emotionally are going to come through this great. So whatever you're fearing, you're going to fly over. It's going to be fine. And then we have Melina. Again, if we're talking about specialists here, you know, we've got so much information that, you know, we are emotionally overwhelmed. I mean, there's so much going on, scrambled brain. There's so much information. Which way am I going to go? I just need to sit back and I need to think about it, take all that information in, take my time, figure out how my head's around this. For some of you, I have to see specialists. I need a second opinion. You know, for some of you, this is 2 things. So it's one thing for that specialist, one thing for that specialist, and how do they work together? In regards to your home, you are spread too thinly, and there has to be a major change. So be kind to you and those you love, and I shall see you next week.